Hello and welcome back to 365 Days with mxmtoon. I'm Maia, a singer, songwriter, video maker, Oakland native, and a student of fire safety. I'm also a huge fan of history. I love untold stories, gross facts, hidden secrets, and anything weird, dark, and funky from the past. Each day I'm going to share one of my favorite deep cuts with you, so let's take a look at today's stories.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365 mxmtoon.
On this day in 2020, California's fire authority issued a red flag warning for wildfires in the northern half of the state. The fires, which we now call the August Complex Fire, were raging against all efforts to control them and were already three of the largest in state history. By the time the August Complex Fire died out 3 whole months later, it had destroyed a land area larger than the entire state of Rhode Island. Let's reverse. Due to the effects of climate change, wildfires are becoming more and more frequent. For years, wildfires have been growing, increasingly larger, and burning more land, and in the past few decades, the average area burned in California wildfires has increased by 5 times. From 2012 to 2016, California hit a drought worse than any they'd seen in 1,200 years. The 4-year dry spell killed something close to 150 million trees. Many of those dead trees were left standing, slowly drying out, ready to burn. All it takes for a wildfire to get started is heat, fuel, and a single spark. By the summer of 2020, California was experiencing a historic heat wave that left thousands of acres of forest dead and dry like kindling. That's the heat and the fuel. The spark was lightning. On August 16th and 17th, 2020, a massive network of intense thunderstorms moved in over northern California's dry forests, and multiple lightning strikes lit the trees on fire. Did you know that just a 1.8 degree change in weather can increase the chance of lightning by 6%? Scientists estimate that by 2050, lightning strikes could be 30% more common. Back to the California forests and the lightning storms. Hot, dry winds caused the fires to spread explosively. By August 22nd, 5 days later, the fires had already grown to be among the 3 largest in state history. On the day, the federal government decided the event to be a major disaster and cleared the way for federal aid. California's fire department, CAL FIRE, was working around the clock to extinguish the fires. Fire crews came from all over the country to help, totaling tens of thousands of emergency response personnel. Even CAL FIRE's top lawyer was chipping in to help on the phones. The first line of defense against wildfires is to establish what is called a fire line. Think of a fire line as a wide barrier between the wildfire and the rest of us. Fire crews remove anything flammable along the fire line so the flames can't keep going. They do this either by laying down non-flammable barriers or by using a controlled burn to destroy any flammable vegetation. Controlled burns are extremely carefully planned and monitored by fire marshals. They burn just enough to get rid of anything flammable on the fire line, but not to spread beyond it. The problem with wildfires in 2020 was that they kept jumping these fire lines. Massively hot, strong winds were blowing in and carrying sparks a lot further than they normally would go, spreading the fires beyond the fire lines. Additionally, more thunderstorms were rolling in, and lightning was igniting new fires in the area. Throughout the crisis, President Trump continued playing a blame game with California's Governor Gavin Newsom, directing blame away from climate change and saying the issue was that California hadn't cleared its forests consistently. The truth is probably somewhere in between. The culprit was likely a combination of climate change and poor forest management, which is a mix of state and federal responsibility. But contrary to what Trump implied, the federal government owns 57% of California's forests. The wildfire continued burning until November 12th of that year. By the time the flames were fully extinguished, the August Complex Fire had destroyed over 1 million acres, triple the normal amount of annual burn. It's been called the first ever gigafire. A gig refers to a billion of something, like a gigabyte. Most of the burned area was across national forest land and private properties nearby. While thousands of structures were destroyed, including homes and businesses, no civilians died. However, 1 firefighter died and 2 were seriously hurt. The fires burned over 10,000 buildings and homes and cost more than $12 billion. Those are all big numbers, but it's important to remember that these numbers represent individual lives. The wildfires destroyed homes and belongings and even livelihoods. They killed wildlife, destroyed national parks, and even took some human life. It's not just Californians who pay the price. Wildfires cost billions of taxpayer dollars and affect air quality across the country. In July of 2021, New Yorkers were inundated by a hazy sky from wildfires burning in Oregon, nearly 3,000 miles away. While this all sounds incredibly dire, the good news is that we can do things to control wildfires and control the advance of climate change. By doing our part in demanding the government and corporations do theirs, we may be able to make historic wildfires a thing of the past. Now let's talk about some music. You probably recognize the lyrics, grab somebody sexy telling me. Well, it's a part of the song Give Me Everything by the rapper Pitbull, also featuring Neo, and DJ producer Afrojack. But did you know that on August 22nd, 2011, Lindsay Lohan sued Pitbull over the hit song? Yes, you heard that right. In the verse after the first chorus, Pitbull's lyrics include the line, I got it locked up like Lindsay Lohan. He's referring to the time Lohan spent a night in jail for drunk driving and cocaine possession. Honestly, it's not exactly a nice lyric, and I can understand why Lindsay Lohan would be upset by it. But according to a judge's ruling a few months later, it was perfectly within Pitbull's rights to freedom of speech to say it. Lohan lost the suit, and the song continues to be played anywhere you might hear mid-2000s club music. And now for today's final segment, I'll be going back into my own photo archives to see what I was up to on an August 22nd in my life. To be honest, on the August 22nd of my life, I was probably in California at some point dealing with these wildfires back in, 2020 because I was in California. I think it was the middle of summer. I was back in California with my folks, but every summer in California is always a wildfire summer. But I do remember last year being really, really bad. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay. My memory for August 22nd, 2018 is screenshotting this is so embarrassing. I was screenshotting a tweet that Cave Town, my dear friend Robbie made. Oh man, my little heart. My friend Robbie, my now friend Robbie. I screenshotted a photo of his tweet where he shared a photo shared a link of a Spotify playlist that I was a cover of. And I think I was like the inspiration for it or something. I was talking with the curator for it. I was very happy and proud because it was the first time that I got to work on a level of that like editorial playlist vibe. And he tweeted about how his song was on the playlist and I responded and I'm such a nerd. I went, oh my God. I like physically broke. But yeah, now I'm friends with Robbie. And this was back in 2018. Little did I know that next year I would be working with him on my album, The Masquerade. So, things come full circle, kind of happen in funny ways, but that's such a cute memory. I'm really thankful for him, and I'm so glad that we're friends now. And he didn't get weirded out by me. Thanks for going back in time with me, and remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. You can come back tomorrow for more stories from the past.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you